Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news, folks. Things are heating up in the NFC East, and the buzz is all about a potential blockbuster move that could shake up the Giants' offense in a big way. Rumors are swirling that the Los Angeles Rams, currently sitting at 4-6 and navigating a tough cap situation with about $10 million in space, are considering trading Puka Nacua. Yeah, you heard that right. Puka Nacua, the young wide receiver who's been making waves this season, might be heading to the Big Apple. And let me tell you, if this deal goes down, it could be a game changer for the Giants, especially considering the team's current struggles at the receiver position. Right now, the Giants are sitting at 2-8, and their receiving core has been hit hard by injuries. Darius Slayton has been out for 3 games with a shoulder injury, and Wan'Dale Robinson is still working his way back from an ACL tear. Isaiah Hodgins has been dependable, but the team desperately needs more explosive options, especially in the YAC department. That's where Nacua comes into play. He's a guy who's shown he can create mismatches in the slot, particularly with his ability to rack up YAC and turn short catches into big gains. If the Giants could add a receiver with Nacua's profile, it would not only give Daniel Jones a reliable target but also help elevate the entire offense, making it more dynamic and unpredictable. Now, what makes Nacua such an intriguing fit? Well, last season with the Rams, he really caught everyone's attention, especially during the second half of the year. His numbers are impressive: 9 games played in 2025, with 52 receptions on 78 targets, for 720 yards and 5 touchdowns. He's averaging nearly 80 yards per game, and his 13.8 yards per catch is a testament to his ability to stretch the field. Despite some moderate injuries this season, including a couple of knee issues, Nacua has proven he can produce when healthy. His contested catch rate is around 55%, and he's shown a knack for winning in tight coverage, which is exactly what the Giants need. Someone who can step up in clutch moments and make those big plays that turn games. And speaking of the Rams, they're in a bit of a rebuild mode. With Stafford's future uncertain and the team looking to free up cap space, about $12 million, by moving on from Nacua, it makes sense. The Rams are also focused on protecting their franchise quarterback, and their offensive line has been giving up way too many sacks, 28 through 10 games. So the logic here is that the Rams might see trading Nacua as a way to free up some cash, bolster their cap, and maybe acquire a future draft pick to help rebuild around their young quarterback. For the Giants, acquiring Nacua would be a strategic move. He's an early 2025 draft pick, and his numbers show he's trending upward: 9 games, nearly 720 yards, and a consistent presence on the field. His YAC per reception is around 6.2 yards, which is solid, and his EPA per target of plus 0.31 indicates he's efficient and valuable in the offense. Plus, he's a player who can help the Giants more than just in the regular season. His talent and explosiveness in the playoffs could be a real X-factor, especially considering how he's performed against top defenses in the past. For example, during the 2024 playoffs with the Rams, Nacua had a standout game against the 49ers, racking up 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, a sign of his potential to elevate the Giants' offense in crunch time. If the trade happens, it's expected that Nacua would bring an immediate boost of around 1.0 yards to the Giants' passing attack. That would be a massive upgrade, pushing the offense from averaging about 18.4 points per game to well over 24. Adding a player like Nacua, who can generate big plays and improve red zone efficiency from 45% to around 62%, would be a huge lift for Daniel Jones and the entire offensive line. Remember, the Giants have been battling injuries up front, and their OL has been under constant pressure, leading to a league-high 30 sacks. Bringing in a receiver who can turn routes into explosive plays would help alleviate some of this pressure, giving Jones more options and making the defense pay for overcommitting. Now, let's talk about the impact on the bigger picture. The Giants are in a crucial stage of their rebuild. Adding a player like Nacua isn't just about one season. It's about setting a foundation for sustained success. His ability to produce after the catch, combined with his route-running skills, makes him a perfect complement to the other receivers like Jalen Hyatt and Wan'Dale Robinson when he returns. This trio could form a dangerous offensive core that defenses would struggle to contain. And if you look at recent history, when the Giants have had dynamic receiving groups, think of the Odell Beckham Jr. days. They've been able to stretch defenses and open up running lanes for Saquon Barkley. Building that kind of threat at receiver again could be just what the team needs to take that next step. In terms of the NFC East, this move could be even more impactful. The Eagles and Cowboys have strong teams, but the Giants adding a weapon like Nacua could make them more competitive and unpredictable. It could even tilt the division's balance, especially if it helps Daniel Jones perform at a higher level in clutch moments. It's worth noting that Nacua's presence in the postseason could be a real game changer. He's proven he can step up in big moments, and that kind of mentality is what the Giants need if they want to push for a playoff run and maybe even surprise some folks in January. Now, let's not forget about the draft implications. If the Rams are open to trading Nacua for a second-round pick in 2026, that's a relatively low price for a player of his potential, especially considering the impact he can have immediately. The Giants could use that draft capital to bolster their offensive line or add depth to their defense, further rounding out their roster for a playoff push down the line. It's a smart move for both teams. Los Angeles gets cap flexibility and a future pick, while the Giants land a proven playmaker who could be the missing piece for their offense. Of course, this kind of deal isn't guaranteed, and there are always questions about fit, chemistry, and injury risk, especially with Nacua's injury history this year. But if the Giants can get him healthy and integrate him quickly, the upside is enormous. We've seen how a talented receiver can elevate a team. Look at how Cooper Kupp's resurgence in 2021 helped the Rams reach the Super Bowl. Nacua has that same potential to be a difference maker, especially in critical moments. So, as fans, we should keep our eyes on this story. It's not every day that a player like Nacua becomes available mid-season, and if the Giants manage to pull off this trade, it could be one of those moves that defines their season. It's about more than just adding a receiver. It's about changing the trajectory of the team, boosting confidence, and setting the stage for a potential playoff run that could go beyond just making the postseason, but actually competing for that coveted Super Bowl. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, the Giants' front office has a lot to consider. They've been patient, developing young players and trying to build a cohesive unit. Adding someone like Nacua could be the final piece that transforms their offense from a decent group into a truly explosive unit. It's about creating mismatches, improving efficiency, and giving Daniel Jones more weapons to work with. And if that happens, we could see the Giants trending upward, not just for this season, but for years to come. The NFC East is tough, no doubt, but with the right moves, the Giants can position themselves as serious contenders, especially if they land a player of Nacua's caliber. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the New York Giants. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest New York Giants news.